At the beginning of the story, we see a teenage boy named Kai desperately trying to control his damaged spaceship. The spaceship is flying through deep space when suddenly, a massive meteoroid appears directly in its path. Kai tries to avoid it, but it's already too late. The meteoroid smashes into the ship, destroying several systems at once. The spaceship spins wildly through space before crashing onto a completely unknown planet. When Kai finally wakes up, he realizes that he has survived the crash. But unfortunately, surviving the crash is only the beginning of his problems. When Kai looks outside, he sees an endless desert stretching as far as his eyes can see. There are no trees, no rivers, no animals, and most importantly, there is absolutely no water. Kai quickly checks his supplies and discovers that almost everything was destroyed during the crash. His communication system is broken. His spaceship is beyond repair. And his oxygen supply is slowly running out. But the biggest problem is the small bottle of water attached to his belt. There is only a tiny amount left. Kai knows that if he wastes even a little of it, he may not survive. So he makes a desperate decision. From now on, he will drink only 1 drop of water every day. Kai spends the next few days trying to repair his spaceship and contact Earth. Unfortunately, every attempt fails. The planet's strange atmosphere is interfering with his equipment, and his communication system refuses to work. With no other choice, Kai begins exploring the desert. But the more he explores, the more hopeless the planet seems. There isn't even a single sign that life ever existed here. Then one morning, something completely impossible happens. While Kai is drinking his daily drop of water, one tiny drop accidentally falls onto the ground. At first, nothing happens. But a few seconds later, the dry sand begins glowing blue. Kai watches in shock as a tiny blue flower suddenly grows from the ground. He can't believe what he's seeing. There shouldn't be any plants on this planet. But before Kai can figure out what happened, another blue flower appears several meters away. Then another one appears. And another. Soon, an entire trail of mysterious blue flowers stretches across the desert. Naturally, Kai becomes curious. He decides to follow the strange trail and find out where it leads. But he has no idea that this decision is about to completely change his life. As Kai follows the flowers deeper into the desert, he discovers something buried beneath the sand. It appears to be an ancient structure. Kai clears away the sand and finds a strange symbol carved into the stone. The symbol looks exactly like the blue flowers he has been following. He immediately realizes that the flowers aren't appearing randomly. Someone, or something, is leading him somewhere. Kai continues following the trail. Eventually, he discovers a massive entrance hidden inside a mountain. When he touches the mysterious symbol, the enormous stone door suddenly opens. And what Kai finds on the other side leaves him speechless. Beneath the completely dead planet is an enormous underground city. The city is filled with gigantic crystal towers, ancient machines, empty canals, and mysterious statues. Everything looks thousands of years old. But what really catches Kai's attention is that every statue appears to show the same young girl. Before Kai can understand who she is, he suddenly hears a faint voice. Someone is whispering for help. Kai follows the voice deeper into the underground city. Eventually, he reaches a gigantic chamber. And inside that chamber is a massive crystal prison. Trapped inside the crystal is a mysterious alien girl. She has pale blue skin, long silver blue hair, and glowing turquoise eyes. Kai approaches carefully, and then the girl's eyes suddenly open. She looks directly at him. For the first time in thousands of years, she has finally seen another living person. Her name is Lyra. At first, Kai has no idea who she is or why she has been imprisoned. But Lyra soon reveals a shocking truth. This planet was not always a desert. Thousands of years ago, the planet was covered with enormous oceans. Its people lived beside beautiful blue seas, surrounded by forests and wildlife. But one day, all the water began disappearing. And that's when Lyra's mysterious ability became known. She could create water with her tears. Instead of protecting her, however, the people became terrified of her power. They believed Lyra was responsible for the disappearance of the oceans. So they imprisoned her beneath the planet. But they had made a terrible mistake. Lyra wasn't destroying the planet's water. She was actually trying to save it. Unfortunately, nobody believed her. And after she was imprisoned, nobody ever returned. Lyra remained trapped underground for thousands of years, completely alone. Then Kai notices something strange. A tear rolls down Lyra's cheek. When it touches the ground, it immediately turns into pure water. Kai finally understands. The blue flowers aren't ordinary flowers. They are growing because of Lyra's water. And if that's true, Lyra may be the key to bringing this dead planet back to life. Kai decides to free her. But the moment he activates the ancient prison, the entire underground city suddenly comes alive. Thousands of years of dormant machines begin activating. Red warning lights flash across the walls. Ancient mechanical guardians emerge from hidden chambers. And now Kai and Lyra are trapped inside a collapsing underground city. They desperately run through the ancient streets while the machines chase them. Kai tries to fight back with whatever he can find. But his weapons are completely useless. Just when one of the machines is about to capture him, Lyra suddenly uses her mysterious ability. A huge wall of water rises from the ground and slams into the machine. Kai realizes that Lyra's power is far stronger than he imagined. The two of them continue running until they finally escape the underground city. When they reach the surface, Lyra sees the open sky for the first time in thousands of years. But despite her freedom, the planet is still dying. And Kai has one final thing left to give. His last drop of water. Kai takes out his bottle and carefully pours the final drop onto the ground. For a few seconds, nothing happens. A tiny blue flower appears. Another flower grows beside it. Then hundreds. Then thousands. At the same time, Lyra begins crying. Her tears fall onto the ground and transform into streams of glowing water. The streams quickly join together. Suddenly, the entire desert begins shaking. Huge cracks appear across the ground. And then something unbelievable happens. Massive rivers burst out from beneath the planet. Water races across the dead desert. For the first time in thousands of years, Aurelia begins coming back to life. But Kai soon discovers that there is a terrible price. Every time Lyra creates water, she becomes weaker.